I gathered all of the most important and best tips with YUJI, and in this video, I will show them to you. Let's get into it. Tip number 1. Manji kick can almost counter anything, and there is no limit for the distance it can counter an attack from. Tip number 2. You can do the dash combo extend 2 times when playing YUJI, because Cursed Strikes allows the player enough time to reset the dash cooldown, so you can create an inescapable combo. Tip number 3. If you are getting chased by a bunch of teamers and are trying to escape, the best way is to wall jump up the walls at the border of the map, and then use Cursed Strikes and press R fast, so you kind of jump up and are able to pull yourself up the walls while your enemies won't be able to get up. Tip number 4. If you time it right, you can black flash someone right before they are able to stand up, and they won't be able to do something against it. Talking about black flashes, if you time it right, you can actually black flash someone after a mini uppercut for some extra damage. The same thing also applies for Cursed Strikes. Tip number 5. You can use jump, use crushing blow, and then press R quickly to gain some height and a little speed boost. This can also be used in order to run away from people, run after people, or especially in combat, in order to confuse or catch your opponent off guard, as you are also able to instantly dash after using it. Tip number 6. If you do the tech that I just explained, you can then use Cursed Strikes to perform the air variant from a safe distance. Not only is it a block breaker compared to the normal Cursed Strikes, but it can also allow you to follow up with crushing blow and then black flash your opponent with the right timing afterwards. Tip number 7. If you use your domain expansion right before your ultimate is about to run out and capture as many people as possible in it, you can get your ultimate almost or even fully back depending on the amount. I would suggest to also keep your fire arrow so you can then use it inside your domain to hit many people at once with it. I think it's also a good idea to try getting a Hikari user with Jackpot or Maharaga inside the domain, because they tank way more, allowing you to get way more ultimate bar back before the domain ends or gets broken. Tip number 8. As I just mentioned, fire arrow, and that you can use it right before your ult ends to fill the ult bar, the best way to use it is to always aim at an object next to your enemy, and not at your enemy. The obvious reason is that it's easier to hit. But if you were to fight a Hikari or YUJI user, they would be able to counter your fire arrow, where if you aim at something close to them, they aren't. Tip number 9. If you climb up the tower in the center and then wait for people at the bottom, you can side dash down and in the same exact moment use your domain expansion. This is kind of like a domain expansion nuke, because your opponent will have no time to react at all, and if you are playing with a friend, you could get him to, as example, bait teamers there, so you will come to rescue him. Tip number 10. If you see someone using their ultimate, you can activate yours just a little bit later. Most people will try using theirs first, but in that time you can just charge up your world-cutting slash and one-shot them, making their ultimate pointless. Tip number 11. If you are getting teamed on or fighting multiple people at once, you can hit them both at the same time with Crushing Blow and also Divergent Fist. Talking about Crushing Blow, you can follow up with Cursed Strikes after it if you time them correctly, allowing you to continue your combo. Tip number 12. Using the air variant of World Cutting Slash is way better than using the normal variant, as you are safe casting it because no one can reach you. If you didn't know, you only need your Dismantle in order to use World Cutting Slash. Talking about the air variant, Dismantle's air variant is also way better. Not only does it have a higher range, but it also allows you to hit multiple people at once way easier. However, it doesn't allow you to combo extend like the normal one does. So the normal one is better if you are fighting one-on-one, and the aerial is better if you are fighting multiple people at once. Lastly, tip number 13. Your M1s slash everything with ult, so you can chase people through buildings or destroy domains quite easily, even Hikaris. Now, let's combine all of the mentioned tips together into one duel match, so you can see how it would look like.